So today I'm going to be responding to a friend of mine who requested that I do a video about what it means to be a Christian who is the light of the world, but not showy about it, not all in your face about it in the world today. And as I thought about it, that got me thinking more and more about Batman and Superman, and how we in the church are supposed to be a whole lot like Superman, but we really are a whole lot like Batman. But before I get too far, hit the music!
Superman.
So we see in one of Jesus' sermons how he tells us to do two things that seem to contradict each other. On the one hand, he's going around telling everybody that they are the light of the world, that they have this hope, this love, this joy, and this kindness that they should share with each other. And not 2 minutes later, Jesus is telling everybody to kind of be quiet about their faith, to not be showy about their religion or their faith or their giving or their prayer or these different things. And that can leave us in the church really kind of confused. But we need to be aware of a couple of things that Jesus was talking about. First of all, Jesus was talking about a group of people called the Pharisees who had taken their religious authority way too far. We're talking about people who were pompous and arrogant and cocky and really showy about their faith, really flashy about how they did things. They went around kind of acting as the moral authority and the moral law of the land. And so basically they went around saying things like this.
I am the law.
And
I am so great. I am so great. Everybody loves me. I am.
And Jesus comes onto the scene and he teaches this major shift, this major transition in their faith and their religion, talking about going from law and legalese to life, essentially. And so while the Pharisees were busy running around saying,
I am the law,
Jesus was transitioning to something bigger, better, and more hopeful.
Meanwhile, at the Hall of Justice,
you will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards. They will race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. But in time, they will join you when the sun comes.
We need to remember that Christ came into the world to set the example about what relationship with God and relationship with each other looks like. Christ taught us how to treat each other and how to live and love with each other. And then Christ taught us how to be in connection and relationship with God. And that's why I really like to think of God and myself as in a relationship. Follow me on this one. Have you ever seen that couple that seems to have everything going right for them in their relationship? That couple that has their own language with each other, that couple that is always able to make each other laugh or smile, and even when they are fighting with each other, even when they're disagreeing with each other, you can still feel that they love and are devoted to one another. This is that kind of couple that makes you want to have a relationship, or if you're in one, makes you want to have a better relationship. Yeah, have you ever seen that couple that acts like they have everything figured out? That couple that knows exactly what you and your significant other or your spouse needs, even though you haven't asked for advice? That couple that likes to butt in on your date, that's going fantastic, but they're going to give you that one pointer that's going to make it even better? These are the friends and family in our lives that insist on just interrogating us the moment that we have anybody in our life that we're thinking about dating. And it often will feel like this. Now think about our relationship with God and others like that. For people outside of the church, it really can feel like Christians are pretending to be Batman. We run around and try to be this moral authority and enforce it on others who didn't really ask us to butt in anyway. And for a lot of non-Christians, having a conversation with a really legalistic Christian can feel a whole lot like getting your head slammed against a table. We need to remember that we in the church are supposed to exemplify this life, this love, and this hope that Christ has for the world, and not really make people live better lives. We're supposed to empower others in the same way that Christ empowered us.
In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
We need to remember that while Christ may be the embodiment and fulfillment of the law in the world, we are not. The church is not supposed to judge non-Christians according to Christian standards. Instead, we inside of the church, we Christians, are supposed to live such good, holy, and pleasing lives that people cannot help but look and say that there is something different and special about us, that there is some kind of hope about us. So in conclusion, a little less of this.
I swear to God.
swear to me!
And a little bit more of this.
It's not an S. On my world, it means hope.
Maybe you agree with me, maybe you disagree with me, but if you have any thoughts, questions, or comments, go ahead and leave those in the comments down below. If you've liked what I've said, go ahead and hit the subscribe banner down below. And remember, I love you and there is nothing you can do about it.